1975 release In of the Damned, which is a release from Umbrella. It's part of a 2-pack set with Night of Fear. In of the Damned is a kind of weird film. This 2-hour Western Hitchcockian thriller wannabe that is masquerading as a kind of slasher as well. It tries to do too many things with its actual plot when it remembers that it has a plot. It's a movie that kind of meanders along, taking these side paths that really lead nowhere and offer very little to the film. At the heart of this one, we have an inn where are just killing people and stealing all their money and belongings and saying no, they never appeared here, and they are just ramping up the killings at the start.
I need more fertilizer. You have no idea how much lime it takes.
Yeah, Lazar. I know all about that.
We are introduced to 2 kind of investigators, sheriffs, who are hunting down a killer. That leads them to the inn. Nothing really happens. They kind of wander away and leave, and maybe half an hour later they'll make their way back to the inn and we can continue this story if they remember about it at any point. But it keeps taking these detours that don't offer much to the film. The production's fine. The story is there, the bones of it. There's just too much fat on the rest of the body, and it's that kind of puts me off ever watching this again or thinking about it. It was a tough movie to get through, not because it was it didn't look great or the acting was poor. It was basically the amount of padding the story and the lack of cohesion and direction in this one.
Shut up, you old fool! You shot more men than you've had hot dinners.
The American?
There's no solid through line. It wants to have these side sequences that really add nothing to the film. When we get to the couple who own the inn, things get a little bit more interesting. That feels like as if that should be the driving force of the movie, but it's almost secondary. The movie's called Inn of the Damned. We do spend some time there, but not enough for it to really be the main focus of the film. In fact, the focus of the film is split between certain storylines, all which should culminate in a wonderful twisting, turning plot, but they never quite get there, and that left me frustrated with this film. I wanted to enjoy it. After watching Night of Fear, the first disc on this set, I had high hopes for the feature-length film to follow, and very quickly I realised that there was a lack of assurance in telling a cohesive story. A lack in the direction of where the film should go, and ultimately it was a story that wasn't that interesting. You could kind of tell how it was going to play out, so you're just kind of waiting on the characters to catch up where you are, because we know as the viewer exactly what's going on, and that made me frustrated. It was hard to pay attention to the film. It was hard to stay interested in the film. The characters are one-dimensional, uninteresting, kind of typical of these movies. It gave me no person to really latch onto that I liked, that I wanted to see win out this film, because there should be winners in this one, because people are dying. There needs to be a victor, someone stopping the killings, and it's almost done haphazardly. Inn of the Damned was it was long, too long. It was unfocused in the way it wanted to tell its story. Its characters were meandering and uninteresting, and their machinations were, well, as investigators who are investigating crimes, nobody seems to bother about this house where all its patrons die. They almost discover it by accident. In fact, they do discover it by accident later on, which was rather frustrating. Inn of the Damned was not that great. I don't have much more to say about this one, but I would love to know what you have to say about it. So let me know in the comment box below whether you loved it, hated it, fell somewhere in the middle of this one. Can't wait to read your comments. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to the Patreon membership program and manvfilm.com, all ways in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.